Top 5 storylines heading into the LA Rams preseason 2022. Welcome in, Rams House. So my first storyline to watch out for is Tutu Atwell and Jacob Harris. Tutu Atwell was a 57th overall pick by the Los Angeles Rams. And Rams talked about the main reason why they drafted him is because that speed and the shiftiness. Talking about how he could absolutely change the game if he gets the ball in his hands because of that speed and that agility. He got most of his reps in the preseason last year, and in my opinion, I felt like he really didn't show a lot of what they were promising. He's a little bit underwhelming. He didn't look the fastest or didn't seem to choose the best lanes whenever he got the ball in his hands. It seemed like whenever there was a hit coming, he didn't try to make a miss. He just kind of like ducked and fell over, which makes sense. He's only 5'9", 165. And then when he was out there for the punt returns, I was never like, oh, there's Tutu Atwell, let's get ready to see a big play. I was more like, oh, Tutu Atwell, he's either going to get clocked or he's just going to fall over. He really didn't do a ton at that position before he ended up getting injured and was unfortunately out for the year. Tutu Atwell has been voicing his opinion on social media this offseason, talking about how he's being doubted and how everybody's going to be proven wrong. And he has put on some weight too. And so I'm very excited to see that he's motivated and he wants to prove everybody wrong. Sometimes motivation is all players need. And so I'm going to be excited to see what he can do and if he's improved at all since his rookie year, which I hope he did. And obviously you got to mention Jacob Harris. He was a guy who in the Rams OTAs and in the training camp last year, he's getting rave reviews, whether it's the coaching or whether, it's the management or even the beat reporters there, whoever was at training camp had something to say about Jacob Harris and how good he was looking. A guy who could go up and get it for those 50-50 balls. He's got that tall 6'6" frame at the tight end position previously, and he obviously ran the 4.3 40, which is what was really enticing about Jacob Harris. Just recently switched over to the wide receiver position, and the Rams players were kind of talking about how that's a little bit of an adjustment for him, which makes sense. But obviously he's got the physical makeup and the skills to be able to do it. Now it's just about going and see if he has the smarts to be able to get open and put the time in to be able to do what the Rams fans want him to do. My second storyline is Darion Kendrick and Jacoby Durant. Listen guys, if you guys have not been keeping up with the Rams training camp, these guys have been having a heck of a camp, whether it's getting interceptions left and right or breaking up passes. They've just been looking really fundamentally sound as rookies. And for me myself, I hadn't had very high expectations for them. Didn't think, there would be a whole lot to talk about with them, but they've been playing really well. And I think it's going to be fun to see how they play against other teams who are going to be doing different things than the Rams, who are unfamiliar to them, and see how they play in a game setting. It's also interesting to note that we know Jalen Ramsey's cornerback 1, Troy Hill cornerback 2. Who's going to be cornerback 3? I'm guessing it's David Long Jr., but is it going to be one of these guys like Robert Rochelle? Does Darion Kendrick or Jacoby Durant have an amazing preseason where they end up stepping up into that third cornerback role? I don't know. But definitely keep your eyes on the cornerback room and really the secondary as a whole, because these young guys have been looking really good. My third storyline to look for is that right guard position. Who's going to be playing it? Right now it's looking like it's between Coleman Shelton and Logan Bruss, our rookie. A lot of people are really thinking that Logan Bruss is going to take that right guard position week 1. And I'm as excited as you are for Logan Bruss. I think he's going to be really good, a really good scheme fit for us too. I think he's going to fit with us really well. Obviously, we've seen Whitworth help training and coaching him up, which is always going to help. But I do think that the Rams are going to go with Coleman Shelton in the regular season, so I expect to see Logan Bruss in the preseason. I say whoever plays more of the preseason snaps is going to be the backup, because Sean McVay does not like playing starters, as you guys well know. But yeah, keep an eye at that right guard position, who's coming in and out of that position, who's it going to be by week 1. My fourth storyline to keep an eye out for is the punter battle. I keep forgetting that Johnny Hekker is no longer on the Rams, which is still kind of sad. We're going to be watching the punter battle of Riley Dixon and Cameron Dicker. This is a coin toss. I don't know who's going to win. If I put money on it, I'd probably put it on Riley Dixon just because of the experience. But who knows, maybe Cameron Dicker has an amazing preseason and ends up being the punter 1 for the Rams. My fifth and last storyline to watch out for heading into the Rams preseason 2022 is that edge rusher spot. Now, I'm not saying for any of you guys to be able to start by week 1, but I'm talking strictly who's going to be the backup behind Justin Hollins, or maybe rotating in and out with. I really like Justin Hollins, very complete player. I feel like Rams fans don't talk about him enough. They're always talking about bringing in Robert Quinn, Montez Sweat, this or that, but Justin Hollins was looking really good before he got injured and before he brought Von Miller in. So I do believe firmly that Justin Hollins is going to be that edge rusher opposite of Leonard Floyd, but behind that, is it going to be Lewis? Is it going to be Chris Garrett? You guys know I love Chris Garrett. I want to see more of him in the preseason. If I had to put money on it though, you'll see more of Chris Garrett, Daniel Hardy in the preseason than you will Terrell Lewis, especially with the knee concerns. Rams are always trying to manage his workload, make sure it's not too big for him to re-injure it or make it worse. But who knows, we could see a big flash from Chris Garrett again, which I would really love, or Daniel Hardy, and see if they can make an impact and maybe be that edge rusher too. We'll see. That's going to do it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please drop a like. Other than that though, it's me, Rams House. Hope you have an amazing day. Horns up and God bless.